Hey guys, Jordan here, and today I'm going to teach you why social media marketing is one of the most in-demand services on the planet right now, and step by step how you can get started in 2019 with no experience whatsoever. Now, I made a training video like this last year. We had like 500,000 views, and many of those people took action, started their own agency, signed up clients, and are now living the life of their dreams. But we're in 2019 now, and the game has changed. In fact, I'd actually go as far to say that there's never been as much of a demand for social media marketing as there is right now. But I want to make this absolutely clear to you guys. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. To grow a successful social media marketing business, you need to have the hunger to succeed, and you need to be an action taker. Now, if you're neither of those two things, then this video probably isn't for you. But if that is you, if that sounds like you, then I'm confident that this training today is gonna change your life, and I cannot wait to get started. But just quickly, for those of you that don't know me, my name's Jordan Platten. I'm 24. I'm from a place in the UK called Norwich, and in late 2017, I had enough of my full-time job, and on the side, I started running social media accounts for local businesses. Now, I managed to scale that business to 6 figures in a very short amount of time, and I started helping people all over the world to replicate the business model and start social media businesses of their own. Now, as part of that, I started my YouTube channel. I've scaled it to where it is today. I think on like 19,000 subscribers at the moment of recording this video, which is incredible. So thank you to each and every one of you guys who have been along the journey. And also, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever it is. But as part of that, I want to run a giveaway today to celebrate 19,000 subscribers. I wish it was on 20,000, but it will be soon. So what I want you to do is comment down below this video with your goals for 2019. Now, every 1 in 100 people are going to be randomly selected to win this competition. So again, comment down below your goals for 2019, and what you're going to win is a 1-hour strategy call personally with me, and we're going to talk about your current situation, where you want to take your life, and what are the steps that you need to take your life to that next level. And you're also going to get 1 month's full mentorship with me, and I'm going to be walking you through. I'm going to hold your hand throughout every step of the way at the beginning of your journey. So again, every 1 in 100 people are going to win that. Now, if you don't win, don't worry, because if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to be giving each and every one of you something that has the potential to change your life forever. So without further ado, I'm going to stop rambling on, grab a pen and paper, stop whatever you're doing, give me your full attention, because we're going to jump on the Mac and get started with this training. Okay, so what do you need to get started in social media marketing? Now, you don't need money at all to get started in this industry. You don't need to make any monetary investment. The only investment you need to make is your time and your willpower, and investment into your learning, into your education within the business model. But in this video, I am going to outline absolutely every step you need to take to start your own business. So this is the best place for you to begin. Now, you can start a social media marketing agency from anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter where you are, because the beauty of this industry is every single business in the world requires marketing to survive and to thrive and to stay ahead of their competition. And there are businesses in every single corner of the world. So if you live in a country that has an internet connection, social media marketing will work for you. You also don't need an awful lot of time to get started. You can work full-time, or you can be in full-time education, college, university, school, any of those. I actually worked full-time when I first started. I was waking up at 5, working till about 8 a.m, going straight to work, but I was gymming in between then as well, doing a little bit of work on my lunch, doing a little bit of work at night time, and actually managed to sign my first £2,000 worth of business within my first 2 weeks, and I quit my job and then started full-time. So you absolutely can start this with a job, or you're in full-time education, so time isn't a considerable factor when you are starting your agency. So let's move on to what social media marketing actually is. Some of you may be watching this video thinking, I don't actually know what social media is. I just heard about the hype around the industry, and I want to quit my job, want to make some money, and that's absolutely fine. So we're going to cover that very briefly now for you. So right here, as you can see on the screen, I've got 2 screenshots, one of my Facebook page and one of my Instagram page, because social media marketing is pretty self-explanatory. Actually, it is how it sounds. It is the management of social media pages. Now, this includes organic posts, so just the general management of a page. So it can be content creation, normal posts that you see on someone's Facebook page or on their Instagram feed, and that's the posting and the scheduling of them posts as well. But the most important service that we provide is the full service paid advertisement. Okay, so this is the management of a company's paid online advertisement via social media. So this is ad creation and ad management, and it's all the tasks that we need to take in order to generate more revenue per month for a business. That is our #1 goal. Whilst doing social media marketing, we want to work with businesses and make them more money per month. So in turn, we can get paid per month for this service. Now, when you're starting to make people money, when you're starting to line someone's pocket, you become someone of value, you become someone worth a lot of money, and as such you can demand a lot of money for it. So the minimum service charge that you want to be working with clients for is around $1,000 per month, ranging up to $10,000 per month and plus. Like, I know people who have got even bigger retainers than that. So it's all value-based pricing. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, I know if someone going to pay me $10,000 a month, and what's the difference to someone paying me $10,000, $1,000? It's all value-based. It all depends on how much revenue that you can bring to a business per month. Now, don't worry if you've never done online advertisement before. I'd never had any experience with social media marketing when I first started. I was a complete beginner. That's the purpose of this video, because I want to teach you today the steps that you need to take in order to become an expert. I didn't have any experience, and you don't need any experience whatsoever to succeed in this industry. So let's move on. So let's look at some factual figures here. Okay, so the figures that I'm going to show you at the moment, I just want to show you how much of an opportunity this is right now, and how much of an opportunity business have that they don't know about, and why they should pay you to fill this gap for them. And it has never been easier to get yourself in front of the world using social media. So these statistics that I'm about to show you are taken from online reports. So take that as you will. They may not be completely accurate, and these figures will change on time by time. And these were on the basis of the end of 2018, and on the basis of internet users aged 16 and above. So based on those figures, 71% of the world, 71% of internet users over the age of 16 are using social media every single day. That is billions and billions of people. Now let's dive into a few specific regions even more. I'm not just selecting these out, like these figures are going to be similar if you live in countries which are nearby to these, or continents which are nearby. So we have 83% of the UK are on social media, using social media every day, and 90% of the US are using social media. So can you just see how much of an incredible opportunity this is? Businesses now have the opportunity to get themselves in front of the world. But the thing is, most business owners have absolutely no clue how to effectively market on social media. And so all these billions and billions and billions of people that they can get themselves in front of, their potential customers, it's all going to waste because they don't know what they're doing. And that is where we come in, because we're just going to get paid to get their content out there, get their brand out there, and get them making more money. So what do you need to know? What do you need to know to get started? So I've outlined 3 fundamental steps for you that you need to learn in order to start your agency. And we're going to kickstart that with how to find clients. And we're going to move on to that in a moment. So you need to know what industries are suitable to work with, what niches are suitable. You may have heard the word niche being thrown around in the social media marketing space. What a niche is essentially an industry. It's something like it's a builder or a chiropractor or a doctor. It's a different business industry, okay? Now you also need to learn how to find potential clients, how to prospect properly. Now a prospect is essentially a potential customer that you're going to reach out to, a potential client of yours, and then you need to work out, or you need to learn how to be organized and make sure that you keep on top of absolutely everything. And we're going to cover all of these steps. Everything I'm going to outline on this page is what we're going to cover today. Then we have step number 2. You need to learn how to close clients. It's all well and good knowing who to reach out to, but you need to know how to close them, sign them up, and get that paycheck at the end of the day. So you need to learn the best contact methods. How are we actually going to reach out to these prospects? What are we going to do? Are we going to call them? We're going to email them? We're going to move on to that in a moment as well. So how to set meetings. So how we're actually going to get ourselves in front of the business owner, how to sell your service, and then how to seal the deal as well. So how to get a signature on the dotted line, make it official, make it legally binding, and get that paycheck. Then finally, the most important thing here is getting results. So how are you actually going to get results for this business? Because I know if those of you who are watching this video who are new to social media marketing, you've never done online advertisement before, just like me when I first started, you're going to be daunted right now. You're going to be thinking, I've never done sales before, and I've never run adverts before. How am I going to sign clients up, let alone get them results? How am I going to make clients thousands of extra pounds per month? Don't worry, I'm going to teach you that today. I'm going to give you all the tools you need to learn how to get results. So we're going to cover what platforms to use, how to create effective ads, the value ladder, and all of the latest trends for 2019. So I want you to stay on top of your competition before you've even got started. And this is everything that we're going to cover today in this training. So let's move on to step number 1, which is how to find clients. So you need to understand what industries to reach out to. Now technically speaking, you can reach out to any business in the world. There are thousands and thousands of businesses out there, all of them require marketing, but there are specific industries that you can work with which are easier to get results for and are easier to sign, and you can get a higher retainer for them. And that's that sweet spot. Those are the clients that you want to be reaching out to. So generally speaking, you want to work out to businesses who are in high demand by a wide audience. So a lot of people want their product or their service. It's going to make your life easier to market them. You also want to work with businesses who provide essential services. People like health and food, and the health and food industries are massive. There are loads of sub-industries within those sectors. So people like dentists, gyms, restaurants, chiropractors, surgeons, cosmetics, these all work really, really well because they are essentials. Everybody should look after their teeth and their dental health. Everybody should want to stay healthy and go to the gym. Now, everybody needs to eat. Food is a commodity. Everybody needs to eat, so it's easy to market for restaurants. Chiropractors, again, this is one of them things, health. Lots of people need a chiropractor. So these are the industries that I would recommend. Not limiting yourself to these industries. There are so many other industries. Just look at health and food to start off with. It's a really good base to go on, really easy clients to sign up. But you can work with e-commerce clients, so clients that sell things online. You can work with real estate agents. There are loads and loads and loads of niches out there to reach out to, but you want to be mindful of the companies that you're reaching out to, and you want them to be a service which is in demand by a very wide audience, so it's easy for you to market to. Now, how to find prospects. So how are you actually going to find these businesses? So we know what kind of businesses to reach out to that we want. Like, let's say we're looking out for dentists. How are we actually going to find what dentists to reach out to? Because we don't want to reach out to all dentists. We don't want to reach out to some crappy dentist down the road that nobody wants to go to. We want to reach out to the best, the perfect clients. So first of all, you want to utilize your network, so your friends and family. So when I first started, one of the clients I signed up was actually one of my friend's family's business, a big furniture store, and that really helped me out, to get my foot off the ground and essentially get experience without having to do an awful lot. I didn't have to do a lot of convincing to sign them up. So utilize your network. Without a doubt, you probably know someone, or if you don't know someone, knows someone, or someone's family knows someone in business. So use your network initially. It's a great way to get your feet off the ground. Then we have old trusty Google and search engines, so you can physically search for dentists in your local area. And then finally we have Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. These are the platforms that you can use to market social media marketing clients. Now, the main platforms that we're going to be using, we'll move on to this in a moment, but the main platforms we're going to be using are Facebook and Instagram. So it makes more sense to look for clients on those platforms, because those are the platforms that you're already going to be reaching out to them on. Now, one thing to cover, which I haven't actually covered on this page, is I would recommend you reaching out to single location businesses. Now, the reason for that, so I'm not talking about branches and chains, because single location businesses, it's going to be easier for you to get hold of the business owner and actually speak to that business owner directly. If they're branches and chains, it's going to be much harder. You're going to be chasing them around different locations. Now, I do have a video on my YouTube, and I'm going to link it on my channel, so I'm going to link it up in the corner. I don't know which corner, I'm pretty sure it's going to be this corner, but I got that arrow above me there, and that is going to be going through proper prospecting and organisation. So I'm running through on that video my whole prospecting process, how I actually look for clients, how I get their information, and how I organise that information as well, ready for me to start reaching out to them. So go check that out at the end of this video. It's really going to help you out at this stage. So let's move on. How can we close clients? How can we actually get them signed up? So step one, we need to know the best contact methods of reaching out to these clients. How are we actually going to reach out to them? Excuse me. So we have cold calling and video outreach. These are two very, very effective outreach strategies. Now, I am a huge advocate of cold calling. Those of you who have watched my channel for a while will know that cold calling is my go-to. Like, people say cold calling is dead. Now, the only people that say that are people that don't know how to cold call. If you know how to cold call correctly, you are going to kill it. Like, it's a number, and cold calling is a numbers game. You do have to reach out to more people, because you have to make sure you get hold of the right people. But cold calling is shit hot when you know how to do it correctly. Now, same again with video outreach. Video outreach is something new for 2019. I haven't mentioned this in any of my previous 2018 how to start videos, because video outreach is essentially sending a very short video of you introducing yourself, going through exactly what you would say on a cold call, and I'll mention a few of those stuff in a moment, and sending that directly over to the business. And it's a really unique way to reach out to businesses and wow them, because people aren't doing that. People aren't doing it at the moment. People are lazy, so they're just sending over emails. They're not actually doing video outreach and sending a video of themselves and reaching out. So it's an easy way to grab someone's attention, prick their ears up and get them to respond to you and start to get a meeting. Now, you can do emails. Now, emailing is cold emailing I don't recommend. Cold emailing doesn't work very well at all, but warm emails can work well. So if you cold call or send a video out to a business first and then follow up with an email, that can be an effective strategy just to remind them to respond to you, because I do it all the time. I get emails from people and then they email me a couple of days later reminding me to respond, and I'd just forgotten to do so, and then I get back to them. So it wasn't that I was ignoring them in the first place, but I just needed the reminder because I forgot. Now, we also have door-to-door. Door-to-door can be very, very, very effective, but it is time consuming. The problem is with door-to-door is it is time consuming because it takes you a lot more time to go through businesses, whereas you can cold call like 10 businesses within 15 minutes. Then we have direct social media outreach, so Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Again, you can use these direct social media channels to send videos. What I would recommend is for you to send a video on either Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram directly to the business owner or to the business. That would be the best way to reach out. Instead of just sending a message, you can just send a message, but you might get lost within like the mix of all of the other messages, and you're more likely to stand out if you do send over a video. Now, I do have a video on my channel regarding video outreach, so make sure you go check that out. It's a really valuable video. Now, I've highlighted LinkedIn here because LinkedIn is a very, very powerful tool for reaching out to business owners directly. Now, when you're trying to reach out to businesses and you're trying to get hold of business owners, it's actually getting hold of the business owner which is the hardest part. Now, on LinkedIn is a platform for business owners. So if you reach out to someone directly on LinkedIn, you send them a really personal video, you can get hold of them very, very easy. So how are we actually going to set meetings? So these are many of the ways that you can contact business owners. Now, you need to choose what works best for you here. That's why I'm giving you a lot of options. I'm not just telling you just do cold calling. Now, I'm telling you, for me, I signed up 99% of my clients when I first started from cold calling, but I'm giving you this list here so you can use this as you will. Use whatever you think is going to be best suitable for your personality, because every single person is different at the end of the day. Now, how can you sign up clients? So how can you set meetings? Sorry. So we know how to reach out to business owners. How are we actually going to set those meetings? So again, we always want to speak to the decision maker. So we don't want to be speaking to some marketing manager or a secretary or someone like that, because we're going to be wasting their time and they're not going to be able to make a decision on signing with us and getting started. So always make sure that you are speaking to the business owner. If they are the correct person. So if you don't know, you can always check on company records. You can go on Companies House in the UK and check to see the directors, because there may be other directors of that business who you can reach out to. So I'll get straight to the point. Now, when you are reaching out to business owner, so if I was cold calling a business, I would get straight to the point when I'm reaching out to them. I'm not gonna go talk about my day and talk about all these things. I have chit chat. I don't want to do that. I want to get straight to the point, because the problem is with cold sales is business owners can get very frustrated. I get cold sales emails and cold sales calls all the time as part of my part of my personal brand, and I get really frustrated when the people don't just get straight to the point. Just get straight to the point. Let me know. Don't waste my time, and then I'll decide whether it's something I'm interested in. Now, you also want to create scarcity. So you want to make sure that this business owner, what scarcity means is you want to make sure that you look exclusive, that what you're offering is not something that you're offering to absolutely everybody. So let's say you're speaking to a business owner, you want to say something along the lines of, look, I'm only looking to take on 1 or 2 new clients this month. And what that does is that makes them feel like you have just reached out to them, makes them feel special, and it gives them a lot more reason to come back to you in an urgent manner. And also, never pitch before a meeting. So you never want to pitch over the phone, never want to pitch over email. It's just a recipe for disaster. You need to be face-to-face, or at least on a video chat. So you have that kind of face-to-face communication, you have your body language and everything, and you can really persuade someone. Never pitch before a meeting. It's just a recipe for disaster. Now, I do have a video on YouTube, which is getting past the gatekeeper. It is a cold calling video, and it is really, really useful at this stage, because I go through the script I use to actually get through gatekeepers. because as I said, getting through to the business owner is the hardest part. But once you know what to say, and I outline it in that video, it's very, very easy. Now, I can't stress enough how important it is to just set a meeting on your initial contact. Like when I first started, I had a little bit of cold calling experience. So I tried to implement all of my sales strategies that I'd learned in previous job roles into the cold calls with social media, with business owners. And it went horrifically wrong. Like I had business owners telling me to F off. I had people hanging up on me, telling me they're not interested. I was being treated like a cold caller, and you don't want to act like a cold caller. You do not want to pitch under any circumstance so one day I basically just took a step back and I just called up a business owner. I just thought, do you know what? I am just going to be nice, conversational, and I just want to set a meeting. Act like you're their friend, act like you're doing them a favor. So I just called up an owner and I was like, hey, my name's Jordan. I introduced myself very, very briefly. I let them know what I was doing at the time. I wanted to just focus on restaurants. I was like, I'm a social media marketer in the restaurant industry, and I stumbled across your Facebook page and I think I can do a lot for you. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to set 10, 15 minutes where I can come in, sit down and share some ideas with you. How does that sound? And it was just a really, really simple phone call, got straight to the point, and I got so much better response. And over time, I tweaked my cold calling script depending on the responses I was getting. But it just worked so much better just being conversational and getting straight to the point. So that is how you can set meetings with business owners. So let's move on to the actual meeting strategy I use to sign up clients. Now I have a 4-part meeting strategy. Now I hope you're following everything so far. Now as I said at the start of this video, you best have a pen and paper, and you can go back, like rewind it at any point. You can watch this part of this video again, because I know I have a tendency of speaking quite fast and moving on quite quickly. But yeah, okay, let's bring us back. So we have the meeting strategy right now. This is my 4-part meeting strategy that I use to sell my service for business owners, to business owners. So when I'm sitting in front of a business owner, this is what I would do. Now, the first thing I would do is have a conversation. I would just break the ice with the business owners. This is even before this number one here, before this first part of the strategy. So I would sit down, I would talk about the weather like us Brits do. I would break the ice. I would talk about how their week's been, how busy it's been, and just like have a general conversation. So the conversation isn't awkward. It's like when we were kids and you go to like some party or whatever, or you're at some disco, and for that first like half hour or quarter of an hour, like everything's like really awkward. Obviously you're not going to be with a business owner for half hour, but you get what I'm saying. That initial contact is usually quite awkward, so you need to break the ice so you can get onto a fluent conversation. So what we want to do is, after we've done all that, after we've broke the ice, we want to start our step 1 of our meeting strategy, which is discovering. So what we want to do is we want to learn as much as we can about that business. So we want to ask them questions about their current marketing strategy, and we want to write all of this down. We want to bring a notepad and a pen with us. So that's all you really need to bring to a meeting. You can bring an iPad with you if you like, because it can prove useful in a couple of steps at time, which I'll explain to you. But when I first started, I didn't. I literally just had pen and paper. So you want to learn about the business. You want to ask them about their current marketing strategy. You want to learn when they're busy, when they're not so busy, what sells well, what doesn't sell well, and you want to use this all for fuel later on in the meeting. You also want to learn about their financials. So how much are they making per month? How much is their average price of a customer? And everything that you learn in this discovery stage, you can use as fuel later on in the meeting. And you want to be genuinely interested. Let them lead the conversation in this. Like, ask them questions, let them run off, but always bring it back to the strategy, and and bring it back to your questions. But let this be conversational. You really want to let them unload, and you almost want to let them moan, because at the end of the day, if a business owner has agreed to a meeting with you, they know that there are areas of their business that they can improve, or areas of their business that they can make more money with. So it's important to let them speak freely here and really learn as much as you can and get them engaged. We then move on to point 2, which is building buy-in. So we want to gain the trust of the business owner. So what we want to do here is we want to tie in financial figures with what we're talking about. So as I said, in that discovery stage, we want to talk about their financials, how much they're making per month. But in this stage, we want to really try and set some financial budgets, some financial targets for them, So we want to essentially say to them, look, okay, so this is how much you're making a month at the moment. How much should we be making if you were busy on X days? If such and such did sell. So if you're working with a restaurant, and one of the restaurants, my first ever meeting, said we were really quiet on Tuesdays and burgers didn't sell well. So I said, well, how well would you be doing if burgers were selling well? Were you busy on Tuesdays and lunchtimes? How much money should you be making then? And they're a business owner. At the end of the day, they started a business to make money. So they're going to know how much money they should be making if all of their problems were solved. So you're going to sit down and work out a figure with them, and you're going to get them financially or get them mentally invested into that. And what you're trying trying to do here is you're trying to ignite a spark, an entrepreneurial spark in their mind that's making them think, yeah, I'm not doing good enough at the minute, I should be doing better. And they're going to start looking at you as somebody who can help them, and you're going to be building trust with them at this stage. We then move on to stage 3. So we've already built some trust, we have their buy-in, and we're going to present our services to them. Now, the biggest thing that we want to do here is we want to wow them. We want to really impress them with how intellectual we are, how much knowledge we have of social media marketing. Now, again, if you're watching this, you don't have the knowledge, that's absolutely fine, because in a minute, I'm going to give you a resource which is going to teach you exactly how you can present your services and how you can look like an expert, even if you're not an expert at this stage, but to them you're going to be one. And Russell Brunson, the author of Expert Secrets, has always said, and it's a really, really great term, that an expert is only someone who is a step ahead of somebody else. And that's roughly what he said. That's probably not word for word. So even with the information I'm going to teach you today, you're going to be an expert to 99% of the business owners out there. So I'm not going to dive straight into this presentation stage, because I'm going to give you a resource which goes into great depth on the presentation stage in a moment. So we're just going to move on briefly to the close. So we have discover, build buy-in, present, and then finally the close. It's getting that final green light, getting that yes. Now, what we want to do to close a business owner is very, very simply, we don't use any hard sales techniques. By this stage, they should already be eating out the palm of their hands, because that presentation is so strong, and it really is, and you're going to see that in a moment. But we want to get that final green light, that final yes, that sign on the dotted line, and and get that contract signed and get that payment. So quite simply, what we want to do to transition into the close is just ask the business owner, do they understand everything we've gone through today, and do they think that we are capable of solving the issues that they are having within their business? You're going to get a big fat yes, because you've built buy-in throughout this stage. You've been listening, you've been learning about their business, you've been gaining their trust, you've brought them in financially, you're going through the presentation stage, and then you're just simply asking them, do you think that you are capable of solving the problems that they are facing as a business? Now, they're going to say yes. You can then move on to your price. Now, there's this saying within sales, and someone posted it in my private students Facebook group the other day, and it just reminded me of it. The saying is, once you say your price in sales, the first person to talk after a price is quoted loses. So when you say your service charge, you need to be confident, because you are someone of value. You're going to bring them a lot of money in every single month once you know how to, okay? So if you say to a business owner, my service charge is £2,000 a month, sit there in silence and let them talk first. Because if you talk first, then you're suddenly justifying your service charge. People are going to doubt you. They're then going to think, can he actually do what he's saying he can do? Because he's justifying it. Sit there, silence, let it sink in, and let them speak to you first, as painful as that may be, because the first person who speaks is the loser. But I'm confident that you are going to sign clients. You're going to sign so many clients up using this strategy. But just break it down, take it easy, break everything down. And as I said, go over this video again. Now, I have a really, really solid resource for you, a couple of resources for you at this stage for you to watch, a couple of extra videos. I have my full meeting presentation video on YouTube. I've got a whole video on it, really, really valuable video, loads of feedback on there. So click above to visit that and revisit this. Actually, don't click there now, because we have a lot more training to go through, but revisit this at the end of this video, and you'll be able to click the button and see the list of recommended videos that I've already recommended to you earlier on. I also have another training video for you, which is going through e-contract and first payment, so how to actually get a legally binding contract sent over to a business owner and get that first payment taken. So that is how you can sell your service and sign clients up. Now, how do you get results? It's all well and good being able to sign up clients, being able to get new business, but you need to be able to get them results. It's the most important part of social media marketing, because it's what's going to drive you forward. Your reputation is going to drive you forward. Now, after my 5th client, when I first started, almost every other client after that was referrals. And I get referrals every single week at the moment. I get so many referrals because I've got such a good reputation of providing good results for business owners. So your results are going to drive you forward, and that is what's going to change, what's going to separate you from someone who's cold calling 50 times a day to someone who just sits there and gets inbound inquiries through. Like, I pick and choose what businesses I work with, because businesses know that I can get them results. So we need to look at what platforms for you to use first of all. Now, we have Facebook ads. Facebook ads is without a doubt the biggest and most comprehensive. It is the best advertising platform on the internet without a shadow of a doubt. Its only rival, it's coming up in a moment, but Facebook ads is what we're going to be using using 99% of the time with business owners, because we can get ourselves, as I showed you on those statistics earlier on, we can get ourselves in front of 71% of the world, of people using the internet. It's like 83% of the UK and 90% of the US. Huge stats, and that's all through Facebook. Now, Facebook own Instagram, so with the Facebook ads platform, we have access to Instagram. It's as simple as a simple tick box these days to get an Instagram ad live. So we're going to be using Instagram quite a lot with our clients. And also sometimes if you want to, you can work on Google Ads. Now, I very rarely do Google AdWords. It's a whole different ball game, and it's not even a social media platform, but I wanted to include it on here because some agencies do trickle into Google Ads, but it is a different ball game. Google is better really for business to business. You can also look into LinkedIn ads if you want to as well. LinkedIn can be a really good platform for business to business. But when you're looking at business to C, so B2C, which is business to customer, it's restaurants to general public, it's dentists, all them kind of businesses, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, they are king. Okay, so I have another resource for you, which is actually how to set up Facebook Ad Manager. If those of you are watching this, you have no clue what Facebook Ad Manager is, you've never used it before, visit that video again at the end of this training. Once you've watched all of the hour training videos that I've recommended over to you, and I will teach you how to set up Facebook Ad Manager for the first time when you have your first client signed up. Now, I want to show you a Facebook ad. So what I have here is a Facebook ad on my screen right now. This is actually a screenshot that I made. It's actually a demo ad. It's not a real company. I actually mocked this up yesterday. But I want to show you how exactly you can create the perfect advert, the actual formula for creating solid adverts for your clients. And people don't teach this stuff. Like, everybody hides this stuff like it's some big secret. No one wants to talk about how you actually make perfect ads. So right here we have a Facebook ad. I'm sure you've all seen these before. Any of you watching this will have Facebook. You would have seen these sponsored posts, and this is the telltale sign here. You have that sponsored bit of text there, and that lets you know that this is actually an advert. And this is what's called a traffic advert. This is an advert which drives traffic away from Facebook onto your client's website or a booking page or something like that. This is a revenue generating advert. So there are a few key things to point out about this advert which are going to make it so successful. And these are the key points that you want to make sure you have in all of your revenue generating traffic adverts for your clients. So you need an attention grabber. Right at the top here, we've got attention Birmingham. It doesn't have to be attention Norwich or attention London. It doesn't have to be that. It can be some wild fact. Like I'm selling my book at the moment, and my attention grabber is, this may be the biggest mistake of my life, because it grabs your attention. You're thinking, what is the biggest mistake of his life? So here we have attention Birmingham. It's very simple. We then have our what and our why. So tooth decay and bad breath are no fun. So that's our why. Right, that's why we're giving away 20 vouchers for free teeth cleaning this month. So we're getting straight to the point, wasting no time. So why? So we've got the tooth decay is in bad breath and no fun, and what it is, so we're giving away 20 free vouchers. We're also creating scarcity, curiosity. So you don't have to create scarcity and make it limited, but you can instead maybe say like some crazy fact, which is making people think, oh, I want to know more about this product. Sorry. So we're saying that we are only giving away 20 free vouchers, and actually be genuine with that. Maybe only give away 20 free vouchers, or if you're giving away more, make it more like 50 vouchers or whatever. Then we have our call to action. So we are telling people what they need to do to get this voucher. People like being told what to do, and it works doing that. So tell them, click below now to redeem your voucher. Once they're gone, they're gone. Again, we're creating scarcity. Now we also have our call to action button here. Now you will be able to, you can create this on the Facebook advert platform. You can choose what this button says. It's important that it's relevant, that your call to action is relevant. Now you want to have all four of these things in all of your revenue generating traffic ads, and trust me, you're going to get such a great return. I hate seeing all these long adverts on Facebook. Keep it short, keep it sweet, straight to the point. Have an attention grabber, a what and a why, your curiosity factor, and a call to action, and this is a foolproof way of getting results. Now I want to show you how I would actually execute this ad. So if we're talking about this ad specifically, free teeth cleaning, you're probably thinking, why the hell is my client, why the hell a business is going to give teeth cleaning away for free? What's the benefit for them to do that? Well, I'm going to run through that now for you with using an example of the value pyramid. Now you may have heard of it before as the value ladder, but I've got a pyramid here for you today, guys, and this is going to teach you how and why giving something away for free or giving away something which is really of value can really generate a lot of money for your clients. So we have the top of our value pyramid. So we have free value. So we have our organic posts, our hints and tips, and our relationship building. So these are our normal Facebook posts. These are our Instagram posts. These are something that's going to lure people in. We're giving them something for free. We're just getting nice pictures out there. If we're a restaurant, it's nice, sexy pictures of food. Or we can be teaching people how to cook. We can be showing them our chef. We're giving them free value. We're getting them bought in our brand. We're getting that relationship built. And then what we're going to do is we're going to offer those people who have already seen our content, we're going to give them something. So they already trust us at this point. They've seen our content, they've seen our normal posts, and now we're going to give them something for free, and they're going to snatch it out of our hands. So in this instance, we're going to give them some free teeth cleaning. Who wants their teeth cleaned for free? And for those of you who don't know, it's very simply where you go into a dentist and they don't just brush your teeth, but they use like this metal drill thing. And they get out all that plaque away from your teeth. It's not teeth whitening, but they get all that plaque. It takes them like 10 minutes to do it, but it's potentially very valuable, and I'll tell you why. So we then have a potential upsell. So what we're using that free teeth cleaning for, we want to get people through the door, and we then want them to be upsold into other services. Now, this happened to me recently. I literally took up a free teeth cleaning offer in my local area within the last 6 months, and whilst I was there, I was upsold on dental fillings, which I needed because I've got really sensitive teeth and I had a couple of cavities. I had to have free fillings, and because I wanted white ones and not gold ones, because you get gold ones for free here in the UK, or silver, but you have to pay for white ones, it was like £500 or £400, and that was instantly, I was upsold from a free offer. Now from there, once you've had dental fillings, you're thinking, yeah, my teeth are starting to look good now, maybe I'll have some teeth whitening as well, and you can be upsold onto teeth whitening, which is, I don't know, like $250 each. And then maybe later on in life you'll need dental implants, but because you've gone through services with that dental clinic already, because you've used their service before, you trust them, you're going to go to them, and that's like £5,000. I mean, I've worked with businesses who have £20,000 for a full set of dental implants. So just on this basic value pyramid alone for dentists, we have a potential value here of $5,350 just from giving away free value and giving away 10 minutes of a time free teeth cleaning. Yes, some people will go into that clinic and they'll get the free teeth cleaning and they won't come back for dentist fillings and everything, but 9 times out of 10, like, you're going to get people coming back and purchasing again, and that'll even out the people that you have given away your time for free. So that is how you can promote value by giving stuff away for free, how you can provide value for your clients, how you can get them really, really good results. And this works for so many different industries. Gyms, for instance, you give away free value, teach them how to do specific exercises. Then we can give them a free transformation session where they come into the gym, and it's basically a gym induction. Someone comes into the gym, they get weighed, they talk about their goals, they get a diet plan, they get that for free. They're going to walk away and they're going to think, right, I'm going to sign up to that gym. Once they've signed up to that gym, they can be upsold on personal training, and then like a big boot camp package or whatever. And it's just, the value ladder is so important. You have to get people in for free, build a relationship with them, and you can make serious money. And this is money that can be made over time. This is a snowball effect here. So these people, other people that let's say you're bringing in 500 customers for this client, or 100 customers for this client every month. Everyone's going to be at different stages of the value ladder. So the longer that you work with this client, the more money you are going to be making them. So what I want to show you right now is how we actually deliver this offer. So we're offering someone free teeth cleaning. How are we actually going to deliver this offer to the potential customer? So I'm going to exit this and show you how we would deliver this. So we have our advert. First of all, actually, I'll show you this advert again. So this very simple advert, we are driving traffic. So we're saying free teeth cleaning, click here to get the offer. Now, where are we actually going to be driving traffic to? What are people going to be visiting once they've clicked on that link? Well, we're going to be using what's called a funnel. Now, you can use click funnels. Loads of you who know social media marketing will have heard of funnels before, but essentially funnel is just a sales-based website. It's a website which is used, a very simple website which is used to drive sales, to redeem offers, to collect people's email addresses, and I have lots of videos going more into depth on click funnels on my channel, but very simply I just wanted to run through here how would we deliver this. You can copy this, like, you can absolutely copy this. This is one of my templates that I use. I created this template, and my students have free access list. So we have like the company logo up the top there. Click below to claim your free teeth cleaning session. Again, we're kind of just reconfirming the offer. Tooth decay, sensitivity, gum pain, bad breath and no fun, right? This month we're giving away 23 vouchers. Yes, I want free teeth cleaning, value $9.99 there. So we're letting people know that this is a valuable product. Real patients, real results. So we can have pictures of previous patients here with testimonials. Again, we're getting credibility there for our client. You click on this link, so the customer has to put their name in, Jordan. So we have jordan@jordan.com and their number. Hit submit now. It's going to take them through to a page and it's going to say, thanks to booking your free teeth cleaning session, call us now. And then it's got the clinic number. Hurry though, due to high demand, we have very limited number of spaces left. Now you could have it so your client calls up that, but what we're doing now, that information that I just filled in is going to be sent straight over to your client, and your client can then do whatever they want with that. You are giving them a warm or hot lead that they can pick up on, who book them in for this free teeth cleaning session and get them straight in on that value ladder and start making money out of them. So that is how you can deliver results for your clients. Now, obviously, I can't go really into depth. There's loads and loads of strategies that you can use for your clients, but I'm trying to cover as much as I can in this training video. I don't want it to be 5 hours long. I have loads of extra training on my channel. I've got loads of resources on my website. But what's really, really important is that you understand the trends for 2019. Now, we've covered how to get clients, what clients to reach out to, how to sign them up, how to get results. But what's really, really important here, because I've covered lots of that information before, is how to stay ahead of your competition in 2019. I've made a training video in 2018, but what are the things to look out for this year, which is going to put you ahead of everybody else who's trying to compete with you? Now we have funnels. Funnels are going to stay on top of their game. ClickFunnels is going to always be used in social media marketing. I don't see that dropping off at any point. So that is something that you should look into. ClickFunnels, if you don't know what it is, then make sure you go watch some videos and learn about ClickFunnels. We also have messenger bots. Now messenger bots are essentially what they sound like. If you imagine the Facebook Messenger platform, you've probably come across some of these before. It's a way to automate your client's Facebook Messenger. So you can use this for frequently asked questions. So if your client gets asked a lot of questions, someone can message your client and it'll automatically respond with the answer. Or you can even use this to sell. So you can put people through a journey, put them through an automated conversation based on what they are saying to your client's Facebook page. Now you can use ManyChat or you can use Message Hero for this, two of the best platforms. ManyChat's probably easier to use than Message Hero, and it has more features as well. Then we have Instagram TV and stories. Now we are all familiar with Snapchat. Snapchat is dying. Instagram stories are taking over Snapchat, and it is very important that you keep an eye on Instagram stories. I run a lot of Instagram story ads for my clients because they are very relevant and they're very cheap at the moment as well. Now Instagram TV we have as well. The launch hasn't been as successful as I think Instagram were hoping for. It is definitely a contender. It's definitely a competitor for YouTube, but it's nowhere near as large. But it's definitely something that people are going to be jumping on more and more this year, especially if you're working with people who are starting personal brands, for example. Instagram TV can be something to look out for. We then have interactive video. This is something I'm starting to use myself. Now, what is interactive video? So you have videos embedded into your client's website, for example, and go over to Wirewax or Video. These are two websites which are doing this right now, and you can see lots of examples. These are essentially videos where you can click on links and it'll change what is going to happen in that video. There is a movie on Netflix right now. It is Black Mirror Bandersnatch. It's gone viral. Everybody knows about it because it is one of the first movies on Netflix to be fully interactive, and I can see businesses jumping on this. And if businesses aren't jumping on it, jump on it for them. Make your clients the first people to implement this, because you can make them some serious money by putting their potential customers through a journey through video with interactive video. You can even integrate products into videos. We then have virtual reality. Virtual reality is huge. Lots of virtual reality games out there, but we now have social media implementing virtual reality as well. So we have YouTube VR and we have Facebook Spaces, two VR platforms which are going to be huge over 2019. I can see a lot of businesses implementing them. So look into these if this interests you. It's really going to put you ahead of your competition, especially Facebook. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Facebook Spaces has to play with. And then finally, we have augmented reality. So we have Spark AR. This is owned by Facebook. Augmented reality is essentially, you know, Snapchat or Instagram stories, you know, when we're looking at the camera and we have some funky pair of glasses put on our face and we can move them around and they don't shake off. That is augmented reality. But what business can do is that you can put images in places. So I can get my phone right now and I can aim it around the room, and let's say I'm working with a furniture store, I can see that furniture in my room, and that is something which I think developers are going to be working on a lot. It's going to be much more accessible to businesses, and that can be so powerful for your clients in 2019. So let me bring you back to the main camera actually. So I hope you got tons and tons of value from this video. That brings me to the end of this video. Now, I know there is so much to cover, so I couldn't go through absolutely everything in depth here. I hope you can appreciate that, because we would be here for hours and hours. I do have tons and tons of training on my YouTube channel. But what I want to do today is I want to offer you a product. For those of you that know me and have watched my channel before, I want to give you something which is really truly going to help you to sign up your first client much more in depth than this video did go today. And that is my book release. I actually released a book. This is no hidden fact. I released a book recently, The 15-Minute Agency. I don't know how well the camera is going to focus here. It's how to sign your first 4-figure marketing client in as little as 15 minutes, even as a total beginner with 0 sales experience. Now, this goes much into depth of how you can actually sign up your first client. I have my full cold calling script in here, my full meeting strategy. I know I've outlined it for you today, but I go through exactly what to say in a meeting, what to write down, what to bring with you, really step by step how to sign up your first client, and actually how to create your first Facebook advert as well for your clients, with screenshots there. I don't know if you can see this. Let me just see if I can load some of these up. We have screenshots in this book and everything. I've put my heart and soul into this book, and I want to give it to you for free. So click the link in the description. All I ask is that you pay the shipping cost. So I'm covering the cost of the book, you cover the cost of the shipping. This is going to change people's lives. We've already had, like, when I launched this, I think we launched it 3 weeks ago now, we've already sent out over 600 copies. I'm waiting for more copies to be printed at the moment, and we can send this out all over the world. So click the link in the description to check out this book. And yeah, let me know how you get on. Make sure you do enter the competition below this video. So comment down below with your goals for 2019. And yeah, I'm not going to ramble on any longer. This video doesn't have to be any longer than it needs to be, but get yourself a copy of this book. It is going to change your life. Enter the competition, because 1 in every 100 people are going to win. Yeah, I hope you got fantastic value from this video, guys. Please do share it with somebody else who get value from it, somebody who you think should start a social media marketing agency in 2019. And make sure you're followed, make sure you're subscribing me, make sure you're followed on Instagram. Send me a message, let me know how you get on and how much you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, guys.